Alright guys, what's going on? Noxcloudking here, back for another video. How's everybody's day going? I'm here to give you 5 tips and tricks to improve your game in Apex Legends. So guys, let's jump right into the firing range and get started. Number 1 tip, your aim. If you want to work on your aim, there are plenty of aim trainers out there. You can go that route, or the firing range is my best friend. I come in here every day for at least 10 to 15 minutes before I start playing. I warm up. I grab an R301, which is usually one of my favorite guns. I grab an R99, one of my other favorite guns, and I just load up on ammo and I just start hitting shots. So you can choose various targets, various distances. So for example, I choose the dummies. I feel like they're more a realistic representation of someone's body type, especially from a distance. But you can also do the targets and try to center your shots on that target. That one went a little bit crazy for me, but I still hit the target. Missed one little bullet right there. See? You have an option between a P2020 and a wingman. Hypothetically, which one do you choose? Well, most people would say wingman because it does more damage per bullet. But if you are one of those players that knows that you are new to the game and you cannot hit your shots, do not choose the wingman because you will lose. There's only 5 shots to begin with, and if you can't hit them, such as me right there, I missed the last shot. In the time it takes me to whip out a second gun, that player probably has already turned around and killed me. By choosing the P2020 over that wingman, if you are one of those players, you have substantially increased your survivability early on in the game. Because with the P2020, you can shoot faster. Yes, you're gonna miss maybe 1 or 2 out of those shots, but you can reload much faster and keep spraying down your opponent. Guys, that's tip number 1. Jump in the firing range, improve your aim. The point is that running these aim drills are going to improve your game substantially. I said choose the P2020 over the wingman if you are a person who misses shots. Tip number 2 is time to kill. The R99 has a faster time to kill than a P2020, for example. So if I just walk up to this guy and that was substantially much faster than me sitting here going boom, 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 boom with a P2020. It would take forever. The reason why at this point you need to know time to kill is your weapon selection. What weapons are you good at? What weapons do you excel at? And what can you do with those weapons? If I pick up an R99 and I'm facing someone and I realized I just missed all my shots, if he doesn't kill me, his team is probably gonna come kill me. If I run up on this guy and I finish him right away, no questions asked, I loot his box real fast and I run away, I'm good to go. But if I meet this guy, I shoot him a couple times, he shoots me a couple times, it's taking too long to kill him, you guys have to retreat. Know your time to kill. I know it's really hard to give up on that chance to get that 1 extra kill and thirst that guy. It's really tempting. I find myself doing that all the time. It's better to run and hide for a second, recover, allow your team to show up and back you up, because his team will show up and back him up. Even if they are randos and they don't know each other, they will show up and back him up and you're dead. Tip number 3, jump into the firing range, master all the weapons. Be decent at every single weapon. Pick your favorite guns, be good with them, try to use every single gun in the game and be proficient at them. You don't want to be in a situation where you drop on the map, the guy across the way from you has a Mastiff and you have a charge rifle and you just give up because you're like, what am I supposed to do with this charge rifle? You don't want to be in that situation. You can't give up, because at the end of the day, this charge rifle, if you're hitting your shots and he isn't, you're gonna rail him for some good damage, you know? So you have to be proficient at all your weapons. You have to try to use every single weapon in the game, and you have to know the attachments. Familiarize yourself with these attachments. They are super important. They make your life so much easier. All the various armors, all the benefits of grabbing gold versus grabbing purple, for example. Familiarize yourself with your heal kits, your med kits, your batteries, and your Phoenix kits. It tells you literally right here all the information you need to know. 10 seconds of use time, 8 seconds, 5 seconds, 3 seconds, 5 seconds. So commit that to memory. Know that when you're in the middle of a fight, you're not going to want to pop a shield battery in front of your opponent. It's going to take 5 seconds to use, and he's going to shoot you and kill you. If you're not familiar with the guns and the attachments, you're doing yourself a disservice. Don't forget, grenades are your friend.
Throwing Arc Star.
Arc Stars are awesome. Grenades are awesome. Know them, love them, use them. For tip number 4, I say familiarize yourself with a legend that you vibe with. When you jump into Apex Legends, you have a choice of several characters right in the beginning. For example, I think it goes all the way up until Caustic. So if you are new to the game, you're not going to have Caustic all the way down till Fuse, I believe. And you're going to have Bangalore, Wraith, Pathfinder, Lifeline, Gibby, Bloodhound. So you're going to have all those characters, and you have to unlock the rest of them. I have been maining Caustic since season 2. So it does take some time to get to know what legend you like and how your play style goes along with that legend. Caustic is a defense legend. So the reason why I vibe with Caustic is that Caustic can take a little bit more damage than most legends because of his passive. He also has his tactical, which is a gas bag. Actually, I can throw up to 6, I believe, on the map, and then have 3 stored away in my pocket, in other words. So
Deploying a variable, adding another gas trap, leaving a gas
these
trap behind.
are super awesome for locking down a building and playing defensively. So Caustic's gas is definitely one of the reasons why I vibe with him. You just have to know how to play with the legend. You have to know how to push teams, how to engage, how to have your teammates back you up properly when you're using certain legends. So know your legend, know your abilities, your tactical, your ultimate, become familiar with all the legends, know their abilities. When you're fighting a particular legend, you have to have an idea of what your opponent is going to do. For example, I'm an Octane, and let's say I'm fighting a Wraith. Eventually, if I do enough damage, she will probably, most likely, try to use her tactical and Wraith away. Or create a portal for her teammates and say, hey guys, let's get the hell out of here. So knowing this and being able to anticipate these moves are very important. My last and final tip is to just play the game. Jump into some pub matches after you've warmed up in the firing range. Play the game, but don't just play the game. Study the game. Analyze the game. Look and see what you can do better next time to improve your game. If you make it to the final 3, what did you do wrong as a squad? What did you do wrong that stopped your team from getting that victory? Apex is a very strategy heavy game. If you're not constantly strategizing with your team, you're probably not going to get a win, because at the end of the day, you always want to be searching for the advantage for your squad. Study the map, know your environment, know what teams are out there still. Try and strategize as to what is the best situation and how you and your squad mates can have the advantage over the other squad mates. Study the map, study the legends, know what you're getting into, warm up in the firing range, get good with all the weapons, try and improve your game all around. Always be strategizing, try to find a team that you vibe with. You know, for example, if I'm on a squad and I choose Octane and my squad chooses, I don't know, Pathfinder and Angalore, chances are is that that team might not mesh so well. Whereas if I'm on a squad and I choose Octane and then we have Lifeline and then we have, for example, a Gibby, that squad is probably going to do a little bit better than the other squad just because those abilities will match up really well. You have an attack character, you have a support character, you have a defense character. When I first started playing the game, I had no game sense whatsoever. My game sense was off. I completely sucked at the game. I was horrible. I couldn't land my shots. I couldn't figure out why I wasn't improving. And plain and simple, I followed these tips, and overnight my game went from not hitting any shots to getting wins on a consistent basis, having fun with my squad, and just having a good time streaming for you guys.